And the byproduct of that is molecular hydrogen and plasma that fuels our body. So you asked about water. Water is a capacitor. It's a battery. It stores charge. How does it store charge? Through light. Infrared light causes water to form something called an exclusion zone, which are these layers of negative charged molecules of water that push protons out, because protons got a positive charge. And these negative charges, these negative layers increase the charge, the energy, because that's what electricity is. Electricity is negative. It's like, it's opposite of our dialogue. You know, oh man, I got to surround myself with more positive people, get these negative people off my back. But in the body, you don't want the positive people. The positive people are acidic, because positive charge means acidity, hence pH, parts hydrogen. The more hydrogen protons, the more acidic something is going to be.
Got you.
The more negative it is, or OH is, the more alkaline is going to be. So we really want more of a negative charge. We want potential. We want a check in the mail. We want to get paid at our job. We don't want a bill. We don't want to be overdrawn in the bank. And that's the difference between reduction and oxidation. Receiving energy versus having to pay energy away.
Got you. Love that, man. That's powerful. Because now, like, our age right now of just seeing people, observing people, I rarely see people drinking water. It's like usually it's Coca-Colas, you know, especially like growing up, the Sprites, all that stuff. How do we start incorporating water more into our diets and just daily routines overall?
Well, listen, water is, we need to be thankful that we live in a water environment. Water is not scarce at all. It's plentiful everywhere. You know, me personally, I prefer spring water and distilled water more than anything. However, water is not the same outside our body than it is inside our body, or how it is in fruits and vegetables. Water in our body is structured, because if I was to cut you with a blade, you wouldn't start leaking. Blood will start coming out, and it'll get gelatinous, and it'll crystallize, and then you'll heal. So water is in a different form. It doesn't spill out. It's actually in a jelly form. And the form of structured water, its molecular structures, its molecular formula, chemical formula is H3O2. Gotcha. You know, this has become a very popular conversation as of lately, H3O2. More so through, there's a brother speaking on it real heavy right now. His name is Yaki.
Oh, yeah.
Yaki. And what he proposes that, you know, y'all don't really need to drink water, just eat fruit and you'll get all the water you need, you know. And if people have access to fruit like that, they could get away with that. But the average person just ain't eating that much fruit. They don't have that fruit accessed around them. And me, I still drink water.
I love water. It's my favorite drink.
I love the feel. Like when I'm thirsty and I'm high, I like drinking water.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So consuming fruits, consuming vegetables, even when you're dealing with cooking herbs and the water gets absorbed inside the herbs and everything like that, you get into a situation where water becomes structured, and now you're having structured water. Your mitochondria structures water. One of its processes, melanin, structures water. As it splits it apart and puts it back together, it's making a new form of it. Wow. You know, so we have different sources. So I support the fruit, the H3O2 in the fruit as well. You know, some people do fruit fast, and it's amazing. Yeah. You know, Rich and I have done those before, you know, on his platform.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
I forget how many people we had, hundreds of people, but just strictly fruit. Wow. You know, so me personally though, I would say fruit and water.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? Because we 90% water, and our body is a factory that is able to convert all types of things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So most definitely.
Okay, I love that. Alkaline water, alkaline diet, right? What is our alkaline diet, or being alkaline versus vegan? Because right now everybody wants to be vegan. You could be the most unhealthiest looking person, and y'all go out to eat.
Right.
It's like, I'm vegan. So what's being vegan and what's being alkaline? Because hearing you, Brother Rich, shout out to y'all, talking about Dr. Sebi actually talked about being alkaline, not vegan. So if you can, please break that down.
So first off, I want to give a big shout out to Victor Bowman.
Okay.
I don't know if you know who that is.
No, sir.
No, okay. So Victor Bowman is Dr. Sebi's son.
Oh, yes. Bowman with the last name sounds familiar.
He's only 22.
Wow, 22 years old.
22, trailblazing.
Wow.
Drives all over the country, dropping off free herbs that people have never got access to, but you only heard Sebi talk about in some arbitrary YouTube video.
He's doing the work then.
Like, he's doing superb work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's one of the main people out there talking about the difference between being an alkaline diet versus a vegan diet. So I want to make sure I acknowledge him.
Much respect.
In regards to that, and his father, our father, and what he laid for us, Veganism wasn't a term Sebi even used. I didn't come up using that term. It was vegetarian, and vegetarian was very loose. Like, you can do dairy, you can eat fish. It was like that. Now they just have all these labels.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And vegan is actually designed to get people off of the food web, or the source of natural energy of the earth, and more on processed foods. So they like, okay, so people ain't eating processed food no more. People want to go over natural, and then they talking about the meat thing. So why don't we put the veganism and the processed thing together, and we're going to create something called plant-based? Because we think it's called plant-based because it's from a plant, and it is, but not that plant, a processing plant.
Heavy.
So it's processing plant.
So technically it came from a plant.
Yeah. Technically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But veganism includes soy. It includes all types of things that I know I don't consume and I don't eat. You know what I'm saying? But when you get into alkalinity ain't vegan, and it ain't an entirely plant-based, because Victor's out here selling rattlesnake. And rattlesnake is one of the best cures for eczema, brothers that got libido issues. You know what I'm saying? And just snake venom itself is pretty much what what am I trying to say? The healthcare that's over here, the Western Hemisphere healthcare, what they on, they study snakes. They've been studying snakes.
Wow. That's
why. What's the logo? What is the symbol?
Snake on the pole.
Snake on the pole, either 2 or 1. And they're talking about Asclepius, they're giving honor to him, but at the same time, they're talking about the fact that they study the snakes, they study the venom, and through studying the venom in the snakes, they find out how to kill you slow.
Wow.
Or heal you immediately. And the snake offers both. So alkalinity actually deals with what's the best for your body that's going to provide the power. What is giving you the energy? Because what is alkalinity? Most people don't even know what alkalinity even means.
Please break it down, because everybody sees it, but we don't know.
The word potassium is actually a slang word, because the true word for potassium is potassium. And it's like, potassium, what is that? It is the ash of a plant in a pot ash. So when Sebi used to say, burn a plant down all the way to when it ain't nothing but soot, and there's still minerals in there. It's still electrical. So if you burn a plant all the way down, you have potash, and potash is potassium. If you look on the periodic table of elements, though, you're looking for potassium, right?
Yep.
What letter are you looking for?
It's K now.
Right.
Yeah.
But
we about the chemistry class.
Ain't about to look
trying to find
a K. They looking for a P.
Yeah.
So why is there a K? Why is there a K?
Yo, chemistry class, I always ask. Our teacher never had an answer for us. So
the K stands for kalium.
Wow. We never learned that in school, by the way.
Kalium.
That's crazy.
So when you saying alkaline, you're saying alkalium.
Okay.
You're saying alkali. Because potash in minerals is what turns an acidic solution alkaline or base. So what does that mean? Acid means oxidation, like rust, because the iron atoms are losing electrons, and it's oxidizing and breaking down. It's like Thanos snapped and everything's getting dusted. Right?
Wow.
Reduction is when you're gaining electrons, you're getting a check. So that's why he says alkalinity. He ain't telling people to drink bleach and ammonia and alkaline water. He's just saying we are alkaline and our blood is slightly alkaline, more alkaline. Our semen is alkaline. Our cholecystokinin is alkaline. Our secretin is alkaline, you know? So we have to keep that in mind. And not to say we ain't acidic too, because we got deoxyribonucleic acid. That's DNA. That's acid. We got hydrochloric acid. That's acid.
Wow.
We got amino acids.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we have to have a balance. But especially in the time where Sebi stepped forward during the crack, we talk about we don't got no pandemic right now.
Yeah.
That was a pandemic.
Facts.
That crack was serious. And during that time, we were so far on the acidic side. He was like, yo, all alkaline to get that charge back up. Because that's all eating alkaline translates into. Get your charge back up.
Get your charge
Raise
back
it on up. So the difference between alkaline and vegan is very loose. That's more like PETA and saving animals and carbon footprints that really don't exist, you know, all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? And it's a trend and a fad. And it's given Bill Gates and the rest of these cats the green light to go in Silicon Valley and frankenfood all of this plant-based stuff. You know, when you get in an Impossible Burger and you get in a Beyond Burger, Impossible Burger, these natural flavor hidden ingredients have HEC293 cells, which are the cells of kidneys of aborted fetuses.
Heard that.
I'll say that one more time.
Please.
HEC293. Right? Cinemix, which is the middle company between Pepsi and a lot of these folks, they have HEC293 cells as a additive, which are the cells of the kidneys of the aborted fetus. So people that are eating plant-based might be cannibals and don't even know it. So yeah,
Really eating meat.
I'm going to say this, and people will find this a shocker. If you're going to go ahead and get Impossible Burgers and all that fake meat stuff, just get a real meat burger.
Yeah.
Just go to the farm. Same farm you was talking about grandma's at, where them pigs was at.
Yeah.
Go there and get some ground chuck from them.
Where's real?
And cook it at home and eat that. Because that will do you way better than messing with that plant food. That processing.
Beyond
plant
meat.
food.
That's what they say.
Come on.
What's beyond
to
meat?
infinity and beyond meat, man.
Humans.